Hey everyone, it's Linda. Today I'm going to do a foundation clean out. I have quite a few foundations. They're all drugstore. The majority of my makeup is drugstore makeup. And some of these foundations I've had laying around for a couple of years now. So I think it's time to pitch them. And I'm going to show you what I have. I'm going to let you know how I feel about it and whether or not I would rebuy it. So let's just get started with what I'm wearing today. I haven't worn this foundation in a while, a few months at least, and I forgot how much I actually like it, and that is the CoverGirl Smoothers. It's a very lightweight foundation. It gives a dewy finish. You may want to powder it. I don't feel the need to powder it. I kind of like that little bit of a glow, but if you don't like a glow, you're going to want to powder it. But it doesn't feel tacky. It is buildable, you know, in some of the areas I need to cover a little bit more. I put a second coat on, but I love this, and since I only had it for less than a year, this I'm going to keep, and I would repurchase this foundation. Now let's go old school. This is my first foundation that I ever used. You gotta love the smell. If you love Noxzema, oh my gosh, you're gonna love the smell of this foundation. I've only had it for a few months. Are there better foundations on the market nowadays? Yes. Is this a bad foundation? I don't think so. When I first purchased it, it was probably, I don't know, midwinter. I wore it every day for a week, and I really can't say I had any complaints about it. So it's gonna stick around, and I would sometime down the road buy this again. This one here, this is the Revlon Photoready. No, I would not repurchase this. Fortunately, I found this on a clearance rack at Big Lots. And the formula isn't bad as far as how it wears. What I don't like about it is it has little flecks of glitter in it. I didn't realize that when I purchased it. I don't like that. If you don't mind that, then you might like this foundation. But for me, I don't care for it. And this one's gonna go in the trash. And I wouldn't, oops, I hit my camera, I'm sorry. And I wouldn't repurchase. This is another one by Revlon. It's their 24-hour color stay. And this one's a little bit light for me. This is another one I happened to pick up on clearance or on sale or some kind of a special thing. I only paid, as you can see, I think it was Big Lots. I only paid $3 for it. So I'll keep this for a while. It's nice to use under my eyes because it is long wearing, so it makes like a nice lightweight concealer. So I'll keep this one for a while. Now, these next three have been my favorite foundation as of late, and that is the L'Oreal True Match, and I have it in 3 shades. I couldn't figure out if I was a warm, if I was a cool, if I was a neutral, so I covered all my bases. I think I'm a warm. Some days I think I'm warm, some days I think I'm cool. I still haven't figured it out. I don't know. Anyways, I like it. I'll keep these, and I will repurchase these in the future. And here's another one by L'Oreal. This is the Infallible. It's what they call their long wear contour stick. So if you'd buy this in a darker shade, you could probably use it as a contour or a foundation. I personally did not care for the feel of this foundation on my face. The color wasn't a bad color match. There's just something about the texture of it that I personally didn't like. So this one is gonna go in the trash. These two are from Maybelline, and they're the Better Skin foundation. And I've had these ones for well over a year now, so I'm gonna throw these away. But, and they're really get close to being empty anyways, especially this one. So I'm gonna pitch these, but I would repurchase this foundation. I actually heard about this foundation initially on Angie's channel, Angie Hot and Flashy, and it was like one of her top 5 foundations, I think maybe for either 2017 or maybe 2017. So it's a really nice foundation for mature skin. It doesn't settle in your lines, in your wrinkles. It pretty much just floats on top of your skin, and for that reason, I do like it. It is a more matte foundation and a little bit heavier, and even though it still wears really well, but I'm gonna throw these ones away, but I would repurchase. These next two foundations are from CoverGirl, and they're the Ready Set Gorgeous. I've had these for a couple of years, and honestly, I'm not quite sure they still make this same formula or not, but this was a really nice long wearing foundation. This is one I would put on before I would go to some outdoor antique shows, because I'm putting on my makeup those days like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna be outdoors with the same foundation on all day long without a chance to touch up. So this foundation held up great. I mean, when I still got back to my room at night, this would still be on. So if I didn't mention, I heard about this foundation from Marnie, Mrs. Gold Girl. It was her go-to foundation for a long time. Not sure if she still uses it or not, but these I'm gonna throw away because I've had them for so long. And for me, this foundation replaced this foundation. They're kind of similar in their consistency and their wear time. So not that I wouldn't repurchase this, because it was a very nice long wearing foundation, but I started wearing this one, so that's why I didn't repurchase these ones. But I would consider repurchasing these because they are a really nice long wearing foundation, if I didn't say that already. And you're gonna notice a pattern here. These next three foundations are all from Wet n Wild, and this is Photo Focus. And I tend to buy multiples sometimes, because if I like a foundation and I'm in between seasons or in between colors, you can mix the colors together. You guys know what you gotta do to find your right shade sometimes. So I end up with multiples. This foundation, aside from the smell, I don't really have a complaint. I mean, it wears great. It gives you a nice glow. For some, you may want to powder it. Again, a glow doesn't bother me, so I don't feel the need to powder. These three I've had around for well over a year, so I'm going to pitch these three. Would I repurchase? Yes, I would. And am I going to run out and buy them tomorrow? No, I'm going to wait a while, but if I'm ever in the mood for this foundation, I'll run down to the drugstore and I would definitely pick it up again. So that's my lineup. That's all my drugstore foundations. I guess I'm going to keep a total of 6. The rest are going to go in the trash can. They've been around a little bit too long. And with the exception of one, that being this Revlon Photoready with a little mica specks in it. I just don't care for specks on my face. That was like I went to Ulta to buy the It CC's cream, the plus 50, and the girl, there's all these young girls in here. Can I just hire some mature women, please? But the young girl said, oh, let me color match you, and oh, I think you should get it was the new formula. I don't remember what it's called, but it has a glow to it. So I fell for it. I bought that one. I come home, I put it on, and my face was just full of mica. I didn't bother to even think about checking the ingredients. So I don't like mica in my foundation. So if you're younger and you like that, or if you don't have a bunch of wrinkles like me, you might like a foundation like this. But again, for me, it's gonna go in the trash. And I'm thinking about maybe checking out a more green foundation. I don't know which one I want to try yet, but I'm thinking of trying to maybe start working some healthier foundations into my lineup. I don't ever see myself going completely green or clean. So if I'm gonna wear a foundation every day anyways, I might as well see if I can find one that does something good for my skin while I'm wearing it. But am I gonna give up these things anytime soon? Probably not. But if I can just add something a little cleaner into my rotation, I think I'm gonna do that. But if you guys can think of a foundation that has cleaner ingredients that you think I might like, feel free to mention that in your comments. I'd appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time,